Hey guys, what's up? I'm behind the camera today. Today we're going to be talking about if you have an OBS truck. Mine is a 99 Suburban, but it's still OBS. It's in that half year 99, so it's 88 to 98. And this is the newer interior, of course, the later interior of the 88 to 98. And I want to talk to you about putting Apple CarPlay in one of these things. And one of the easiest options, what I'm going to show you, is one of these standalone, like Bluetooth Apple CarPlay wireless units. They're like less than $200. They're super easy to install, which I'll show you. You'll also see from some of the B-roll how crispy this screen is. It looks great at night. It has all your Apple CarPlay functions on here. I mean, this thing is freaking amazing. And with our trucks, we get lucky. We have this seam up here to where you won't see a wire anywhere in this whole setup if you install it the way I installed it. And it's really easy. As long as you know how to pull this dash piece off, which if you have one of these trucks, you know how to pull this off, it'll be super easy to install. But first I'm going to show you some of the features of this, and then I'll walk you through installation and show you how installation works on one of these, in this truck specifically. All right, so this is the screen. It's about dusk right now. It's like 6 o'clock. You can see the screen here. It is so vivid and very crisp. This is like a really high resolution screen. But let's go through some of the options you have here. So this is your Apple CarPlay menu here. So you can go through and you have your music and you have all that stuff. I'll show you some clips of the maps here, just in some random part of the world so you can see. And then here is the car settings, right? So you go into the car settings and you can go to there. So let's go to the system settings. You can set your language, Bluetooth. You connect your Bluetooth to your phone, and then your phone connects to your receiver. Startup time is really quick. It always defaults back to this screen, but startup time is really quick. Here's your display. You can take your CarPlay settings. You can set it to right-hand drive instead of left-hand drive. You can return to CarPlay. You can turn that off, so when I leave it alone like I did last time, it doesn't return right back to CarPlay. Here's your custom logo, which is really cool. So you can change it to Volvo, Mitsubishi, Kia, Suzuki, Hyundai, Jeep, Nissan, Honda, anything you could think of, you can set this to, which is really cool. So when you start it up, as you see when I started up, I get the Chevy logo, which is really cool. Your wallpaper doesn't really matter. You're not going to use it that much or see it that much. You're going to be in Apple CarPlay most of the time. Your brightness is auto, night is manual, so you can set your night. There's a light sensor, and you can turn that off to where it will just operate off of your iPhone telling it that it's nighttime, which is it's probably the best way to do it, but whatever. Night view, night shift, I'm not sure what that does. This is your volume, your media, navigation, so you can turn your navigation. So if you're listening to music and you don't want the navigation to fully interrupt you, there's that. Your audio output, there's dual Bluetooth, which is what we're doing right now, but there are other ways to connect. You can connect this with an FM receiver or whatever. There's auxiliary. You can put it out to the speaker out there. There's a speaker in the back of this thing, which, I mean, kind of useless. You're going to want to keep it in actual out of your system. That's probably your best bet when it comes to that. And then we don't want to get copyrighted, so we'll turn that off. And this is your CarPlay. You can change WhatsApp. You can look at all your apps, whatever you need to look at. But in general, this is when you want to go back to the settings of the unit, you hit that, and that will take you to the settings, and you just click that, and that takes you to all the system settings. This is like bright display. These are like all the shortcuts for the settings. You just click one, it'll take you to all the settings. Bluetooth, it'll take you to Bluetooth settings, etc. CarPlay will take you back to CarPlay. So it's real simple and it's easy to use, and I'm telling you, this screen is so crispy. It looks so good. I've always seen these units on like Amazon or on people's YouTube videos, and I doubted like how crispy the screen is. And I can tell you, I've had some newer cars. I had a 2019 LC500. That was the nicest CarPlay screen I had. The Lexus LC500 has like I think it's a 12-inch screen, and this is sharper than that, dude. It is really crisp, dude. This is very impressive for what it is. Less than 200 bucks. Now this is the Carpodgo T3 Pro, I believe is what it's called. The cool thing is, like, when you're sitting here, you have pretty much the same angle as I do. This camera sitting right next to my face. You don't see any wires, you don't see the suction mount, you don't see anything like that. All you see is a nice screen. If I zoom out, you just see a nice screen here. The thing with these OBS Chevys is that it's all kind of older in here, and this looks way more modern for sure, but it is a welcome addition. Like, there's nothing wrong with having a little bit of modernity in your car. And now I'm going to show you how to install this thing in one of these trucks. Okay, so first part of install, you're going to put your key in your ignition, turn it to on so you can change your shifter and pull it all the way down. Remember to keep your foot on the brake if you're not on like an even surface. And then we're going to take this and we're going to start pulling this out. If you've never done this with one of these trucks, welcome to the club. Pull that out first. The only thing that's going to stop us after we get here, let's pull this down a little bit. There we go. And there's going to be one connector over here. All right, we got that out, got this out. We throw our back in park. We can turn our key off so the beeping stops. And you can see this wire here where I ran it. So the unit just simply suctions to your windshield. And then this is like an articulating arm that you can articulate, I guess would be the correct terminology here. There is one USB-C power wire, and we have this awesome little seam in our truck where we can just run this wire right through here. This first opening will allow you to run it through there. And then I ran mine up above my speedo cluster here and then down. Now, to wire it in is also really easy. Let me show you this. So this power wire for the USB-C comes out as this right here, which would be fine if our little cluster of cigarette lighters were switched power, but they're not. They are constant. So if you have this plugged in, it's always going to be on if you just plug it into those lighters. So what you have to do is you have to get one of these adapters, which is a cigarette lighter, and I'll link this down below. It's a cigarette lighter to red and black wire, and I simply just tapped into the switched on source here. Now I just tapped in using posi taps. If you don't know what posi taps are, I'll link these down below as well. You can get these for pretty cheap. These are the best way to tap into any kind of electrical stuff or something like this. So I took my connector and I took my red and I put it into this wire right here, which is a, now I'm colorblind. I think this is a red wire, but if you're looking at your harness with the clip side out, our hole is your negative or your ground. And then let's see if there's a, oh yeah, it says B. There's a B hole for positive. So it says the terminal's B, and then terminal R on this side is your ground. On this side of the posi tap, you just slip a wire through that you've stripped the end off of, and it just connects inside here into the little opening. It makes an electrical connection, right? And then on the other side, there is this end that kind of slips around the wire, if you can see that. The wire tucks into this, and then there's a pointy end here that you screw this in, and the pointy end pierces the wire. So that's how posi taps work, and this is your harness for your headlight control, right? So it's just switched on. So this gives you your power out, and then I ran this down through here. There's just like you can just slip it down here, and it'll fall out the underside. Let me show you that. It's down here, and then this plugs into that. Boink. And then I just clipped off my zip ties, but you just bunch this up and you just zip tie it under there nice and neat so it's not hanging around everywhere. But that's how you connect it. It's real easy. Now I'm going to try and run this down this slit right here, if you can see that. I'm going to run the wire down this slit and then underneath and then down here this time and see what that does. I'm just trying out different wiring methods for it. The one above worked fine. I just want to make sure and see if there's any better possible way to do it. So let's put our brake back on. We got to slip our key in. Time for beep world. Now from the side you can see a wire back there, but from the front you definitely cannot see a wire at all. So that is really cool. But that is how easy the install is. It's super easy. And now I have a 10-inch Apple CarPlay screen in the truck with me for navigation and whatnot. So that makes it really, really awesome. Well guys, that is the video. Hopefully that was helpful for you. If you liked the video, you can leave a thumbs up. If you have any questions about this whole setup and how it works, anything beyond what I showed you, the functionality of the screen and the install, just shoot me a comment down below and I'll try and get back to you. But yeah, I'll link this again, I'll link this down below. I might have a discount code. The company sent it out to me for free. So I might have a discount code. If I do, I'll put it down below so you can see it. And then that's that, guys. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.